the light fixed there. So, I can't. Mentally, emotionally, physically, we are the same. Then, again, part of our mind, part of our emotion, fear. These ultimately brings destructive action. Now, look today's world. Now on, you should not think, I cannot stop the completely. Then my tutor, very kind, okay, then okay. So anyway, drug problem now. You can't blame some other country like Mexico. You see, there are people who really hunger about drugs. So this problem is started. Why it happened? Some anxiety, some worry here. Pains, pleasure, satisfaction, joyfulness, mental. All those joyfulness, satisfaction, through sensorial sort of experiences, is very temporary, very limited. And then, more important, no matter physical level, comfortable, complete satisfaction, but at the same time, a lot of worry, a lot of pains at mental level can happen. So, the physical comfort cannot subdue the mental level of pain. What was the reason? I think a beautiful society, materially highly developed, yet underneath some kind of unrest, difficulties, or problems. If you have religious belief, it's very good. Only sort of, what's the day? Only thing is, they should be serious and sincere. Otherwise, it is enough. Then non-believer. So we should have one sort of effective way to approach about these values. So with that understanding, and still you see the part of the oneness of humanity. So on that level, develop a sense of concern of their well-being. Those people who received maximum affection from our mother, the whole life, the effect of that remains deep in our mind. So that person, much more happier than those people who at that age lacking affection, or worse case, as abuse, then whole rest of life, no matter how successful life, deep inside, some kind of sense of unsafety, insecurity. Yeah. So often come anger, frustration, suspicion. So that's our common experience. Because you see, jealousy, suspicion, fear, usually used to come from our human brothers, sisters, talk with people, and also through my own daily training. Cheat, no ground to bully. Clear. So that I think really worthwhile. Think these things and then make effort. Effort should not sort of expect some sort of effort from above, because effort must come from individual. You hear maybe over 10,000 people each of you have same potential, same opportunity. Let us create inner peace. Through that way, create peaceful family, peaceful community. Through that way, peaceful world. Thank you. Now for question.
One person, how can I make a difference?
To resolve. Also already, sometimes I also feel and see immense problems. Then you have limitation yourself. And then feel hopeless. No, then it's wrong. Change of the world. The effort by humanity means combination of individual. So we individual, ultimately, everything depends on individual. So keep that line. Even if it's one person, you should develop some kind of sort of positive sort of thinking or way of life and become a more peaceful person, then at least it can multiply 10 people. 10 people, each 10, another 10, 100 people. Go that way. You see, that's the way. When you see these great teachers like Jesus or Buddha or Mahavir, just one person. Then last is a few years, no open television. Information, just radio, BBC radio, brought all fresh news. So I told you that Indian, last few years, I never sort of opened television. And he was very seriously to respond, then you must feel boring. boring.
So then how do you spend your spare time?
Then my case, of course, reading, also including newspaper, and some sort of philosophical text, and then maybe thinking. That brings tremendous sort of restful, thinking. And then I fully agree, human personal sort of relations, particularly parents should spend more time with their children. Whenever we face problem, consider that problem within ourselves. So only through that, isn't it? So any problem, sensible family, only problem start, then solve within the family, through talk, through dialogue, through reconciliation or compromise. So think whole world as a we, then any problem, through talk, through understanding, like that.
What do you think? What do you believe to be the most important thing a person must try to achieve in life?
I think for humanity, for general, that peaceful life brings maximum happiness. So that should be our goal. Recently I met, I think no secret, I think I can tell you. One Cuban refugee, very religious-minded. We just casual talk and some sort of improvement in Cuba. So then he told me he always prayed to God that bring Castro to heaven sooner. Although he resented the totalitarian dictator, but you see, very compassionate. Please bring sooner to heaven. Very nice. lives. So, the individual level is then of course different. I'm Buddhist. My aim, Buddhahood, but I'm realistic. I always see thinking realistic is much safer. So my achievement of Buddhahood, not this life, not the next few lives, but after eons. Many Tibetans, you see, they very much excited, achieve Buddhahood within 3 years. Unrealistic.
What is the best way to enlighten children about their place in the world?
The word best, sometimes I don't like that. You see, quite often in the West, you just say, oh, what's the best and what's the sort of quickest? I think behind that, you also have this sort of feeling, what's the cheapest? I think seriously now, more serious, I think the children, although basically sort of same potential as I mentioned earlier. So generally, as I mentioned earlier, provide maximum affection. Then try to introduce holistically. That I think they should develop some kind of feeling of citizen of the world. I think that's important. Find ways and means most effectively to help them.